You guys can see me? Let me get a comment or a thumbs up or something. It looks like you can. I just had to do this real quick because I accidentally got caught up in copyright. Oh, man. Basically, so that song, the Boogaloo Dance, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. It was at the end of my video with the red dot testing. Well, anyway, I wasn't thinking very clearly. I should have checked to make sure that wasn't a copyrighted song, and I didn't. So I got a copyright strike, which then you can't go live and stuff, but I chopped that section of the video out. It does appear I can go live now, so awesome. But that is something you're going to want to definitely be aware of if you guys make a YouTube channel. Copyright's a very serious thing. Now, there's what would you even call it? Fair use, which you're basically like commenting on a section of video, or that video is crucial to making your video. Like, say you're going to comment on a presidential speech. The only way people would know what the hell you're talking about is if you put in the clip of that presidential speech. So that would be like fair use. Unfortunately, the music industry, I think it has something to do with Metallica. I'm not sure. Maybe it's something else. Anyways, they're Nazis when it comes to copyright. I was just finished watching your pistol shotgun video. What'd you think of that video? But anyway, so any sort of music, because you can't argue the fact that that section of music, unless, of course, your video is specifically about that song and commenting on that song, it's next to impossible to argue the fact that, hey, I needed that clip of music in my video. And that would be the only way you could argue fair use. So, yeah, I got copyright strike, but I believe it's all cleaned up now, and it does appear I can go live. Sorry, this is kind of an unscheduled live without any sort of real topic. So if you guys have anything you'd like to talk about, you know, feel free to shoot in the comments. And we're actually closed today, so I could, like, show you the store or something if you want. But when I kind of move around the internet, how's it going, bro? Pretty good. The internet kind of, like, frags in and out, so it get all choppy. So if I'm recording, crap, hold on, let me pull up the laptop real quick so I can get these comments, because otherwise they just scroll by too fast and I can't keep up with them. So 1 second. Pulling up right now. Alright, let's put something over that so I can't see myself. Move that on over. Alright, comments. I'm recording my driving posts on YouTube. I would get copyright for the music. Yes, you would most definitely get copyrighted for the music. If you keep the little section of song under 30 seconds and it actually has to do with your video, like, for example, my last upload where I had the Bluetooth shotgun, like, that had to do with the video, so then I could get away with fair use. Any more than 30 seconds, even if it is fair use, you're going to have troubles. Thanks for addressing gun reviewers. Do you have any HK videos coming? Nothing HK yet. I am going to get one in soon because I've got a lot of requests for HK stuff. I'll probably do like a pistol or something like that. I'm not a big fan of the submachine guns and semi-auto. To me, that just don't make sense. If I'm going to have a submachine gun, it's going to be full auto or 3-round burst. All right, let's see what we got here. How's it going, man? I'm falling asleep right now. My FFL is taking forever with all these crap going on, red flag laws, and all I have is a little bit pissed off. Yeah, red flag laws are total bullshit. It's just the stupidest thing ever. I don't know how in the hell the American public is, just general American public, like people that have absolutely nothing to do with gun rights, is okay with giving up due process. Because, I mean, that just opens the floodgates. I'm not going to say that all this doom and gloom is going to come, but for real, somebody that could, like, live across the school and have a granddaughter walking home from school and they watch the granddaughter walking by without due process, a concerned parent could be like, hey, there's a creepy guy in that house. I think he might be a sexual predator, and he could literally get arrested without a trial, anything like that. It's just, red flag is horrible. That needs to be removed. At work, Had to take a cigarette break to watch. Thanks, man. I appreciate you tuning in. Again, sorry I really don't have a concrete topic. Where are we? Do you do any comparisons of 410 revolvers? Thanks, Fear the Snake. No, we had the Taurus Judge in, and it's cool and all. I didn't get real excited about the Taurus Judge because the particular one we had in was 45 Long Colt 410, which 45 Long Colt's basically just an old-fashioned 45 ACP. Now, if we could ever get in the one that's 454 Casula in 410, that I would be a little bit excited about. Because otherwise, 45 Long Colt in 410, there's absolutely nothing a 45 Long Colt can do that a 410 shotgun shell can't. That's just my thoughts on it. Just snake, there's not. I have got to vote on it. Mossberg MVP in 308. It takes AR-10 mags, but the bolt action is slick, semi-auto band. I haven't had a chance to shoot the MVP yet. What I'm seeing on YouTube, they seem to be okay. The quality looks okay. What's your thoughts on Smith & Wesson brand 9? I haven't had a chance to look at the Smith & Wesson 9, the AR. Hi, everyone. Maybe your older viewers, LOL. I'm still using Spaz 12. Works like LOL. Great video on common sense and fun video. Thank you. I've actually had a hard-on for the Spaz 12 since I seen Jurassic Park. And you can't forget about Terminator, so I will own one someday. Again, it's not like going to be a primary combat weapon. It'll go on the wall next to the M1 Garand, the M14, the AK-47, SKS, and there will also be a Spaz 12 on there. I just think they're amazing. The coolest shotguns probably, the coolest looking shotguns probably ever. Practical or not, I'll be damned. I'm going to own one. All right, where are we? I got to back up. I missed a few here. Where do we go? Spaz 12. Stefan, you're old man. I have the MVP. It's not good. What was your problems with the MVP? All the mass shootings were fake. New Zealand, blah, blah, blah. I can't get into conspiracy theory. I'll get banned. Did you not watch the video of New Zealand, Ron? Yes. Okay, let's skip over that. Late to the party. What did I miss? Basically, I had got a copyright strike because I put that Boogaloo dance song in the end of one of my videos, and I'm doing a live stream test to make sure I still can do live streams, because that's one of the things you lose if you get any sort of community guideline violations, which is copyright, one of them. And I had no idea. I'm the idiot here. This is not YouTube's fault at all. I should have checked and made sure it was not on. I should have checked and made sure it was an unlicensed song. There was a license behind it. It got copyrighted strike, and I feel bad because I've seen that Boogaloo dance on several YouTube videos. So all of those he's collecting funds for. I guarantee he's probably made like between $4,000 and $10,000 off of that song, because we're idiots and we assume that the person who made the Boogaloo dance had created that song, and it turns out that's an actual licensed song. So copyright. All right, back to the comments here. MVP, Zoom on brass, Remington Model 11. Oh, damn it. Moved on me. Remington Model 11 or FN A5. I'm an FN fanboy. Not to mention the Remington Model 11, you have to push the button for the load gate to go in. The Browning, you do not. It loads like a modern shotgun. You can just put your shells in there. So, FN or Browning or whatever you want to call it. In that shit's file, I have Life I Rock and SPS 12. Badass on the Spaz 12. What happened? The Beretta 1200 FPS, I can't get much information on it. I was looking at the Berettas because they do seem to be making advances, but none of their particular models excite me, because all of them, like the ones I can get without ghost ring sights, have a super long hunting barrel. I want, just a bead sight. And then they all have removable chokes, which I don't have a use for. But the actual Beretta shotguns, from what I'm gathering, they're pretty decent shotguns. I have not shot one. I will at some point, but I haven't yet. Oh, if you're looking for Beretta shotgun information too, what the hell's that guy's name? Lucky Gunner. He's got a really good high production video on the Beretta shotgun. Hello. My sister wants to get one of those CZs. I had the Spaz 12, was not good in real life. I agree. The Spaz 12 just is not practical, but we're talking about awesomeness here. Street Sweeper. The Street Sweeper also, that's a badass looking shotgun. I would love to have a Street Sweeper. It's not very practical because it works more or less like a single action revolver. So you load it up and you get one turn through the tube, and then you have to manually unload each and every cartridge, then manually load all your new cartridges, then you got to wind up the crank in the front. So realistically, not practical. Cool points off the charts. Like, that's a cool looking shotgun. Let's see what we got here. Street Sweeper. Any thoughts on the SIG trade? Sorry, no thoughts on that. CRS, I got my first while watching Straight Points. He was so excited he did a live stream. CRS got his first. Damn it. Screwed up the comments again. Alright. Back this train up. Word stuffs, things, that's all. I have a video. Yes, I created information channel. Yes, I created an info for channels with copyright. This guy right here. He said he's got a channel that talks about copyright, so might not be a bad idea to check it out. I don't know if I can pin the comment or do anything with it or highlight it. Go to channel report. No, I can't do anything with the comment to like make it stand out to you guys, but just back up. You'll see it. It's right above Rabbi's comment. Audio really bad. Going in and out. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't do it off of this crappy computer live streams because the camera is like 320p and it's just terrible. So I'm doing it off my smartphone, and unfortunately smartphones have a noise reduction built into it. So when you call, it blocks out the background noise. So when you try to do a live stream, the audio will come in and out depending on my voice, because if I'm not talking, then it's looking for the next loudest sound in case I'm far away from the phone. This way it's still picking up my voice. It's great for a phone design as long as it's working properly, but if it's malfunctioning or if I'm doing a live stream, it doesn't work so hot. Let's see what else we got here. My dad just walked in the store too. Maybe I can get him on the live stream so you guys can meet him. With CZ, you can only use under 15 seconds. So is the Baby Desert Eagle? Beretta is excellent for shotguns. Push the like button. Hey CRS, what do you think about the Bill SS66R? It's in the floor, basically commie ban on all AKA assault rifles. I don't know. We also got something that's going through in Wisconsin. The overlord, I guess you'd call him, the new governor we got in. He basically wants to do a mandatory firearms buyback for, I believe, AR-15s and AKs, but knowing them is probably going to expand a lot farther. He basically won the election in Wisconsin by promising legal marijuana. So I'm hoping to only get one term, because now that it's obviously a proven trick that will work even in Wisconsin, I don't see any politicians not using that trick. Some people actually look at their policies and what they want to do instead of just, oh yeah, legal marijuana, let's vote for him even though he sucks. But whatever, you know, we'll see what happens. Good morning. Picked up the CZ-P01 at a gun show this weekend. What do you think of your CZ-P01? I'm back. YouTube just kicked me off the chat. Wow, it feels like I'm on Twitter. Yeah, YouTube's really cracking down on chats, too. They're even holding us accountable. Like, I have my chat filter set on high. So if any of you guys get ghosted, it's not me doing it. And I apologize. A lot of you, your chats should be heard. But I have to set my filter on high because if somebody starts, like, trying to sell something on here or throwing racial slurs or something like that out there, I can get this video in trouble and get me a community guidelines strike. So I just set the comment filter on high, and I apologize. It filters out a lot of people that don't deserve to be filtered out. Let's see what else we got here. They should sell a complete shotgun like the Shockwave that's attached on the bottom of the AR-15 barrel. That would be pretty awesome. I don't know about practicality, but it would definitely be awesome. Oh, was a great life been using blah, blah, blah. Stores dirty and disaster will freeze, just clean. 1,000 rounds of ammunition. Fear the snake. The auto wheel is fine. Fricked on my iPad. Damn it, I lost my spot again. Self-defense XPS. Your mic is good. What's your location? We're located in Coloma, Wisconsin, 105 East Main Street, 54930. Stream audio is 5x5. Yes. The Mag Jinko and the Baby Eagle. CZ97. 45 APC is out of date. It pretty much is out of date. I think they're at a point with the 45 ACP where you can't raise the case pressure anymore. Otherwise, you're going to run into malfunctions. And really, for that cartridge to excel more, they need to raise the case pressure. But I think that would exceed like what the brass can do. So, yeah, 45 punches a bigger hole. But if I'm going to run a silencer, 45 APC. If I'm not, 9 mil. Alright, what else we got here? They did under the barrel of the M16 mount. Do they still sell mounts somewhere where you could... Because how would that work? Give me a second to think about this. You have to come back and hook onto the receiver. Probably go like pins through the receiver. And something to wrap around the barrel. Yeah, does anybody know of a place that sells a mount to put a Shockwave underneath your AR-15 or M16? Yeah, that's exactly why, because of Predator. If I could get an M203, I would definitely have one. I would love to have every single firearm and weapon in the movie Predator because that was like my favorite movie for years. I watched the tape so many times, it started dragging. Like, it was bad. Yes, he is, Jack. Damn it, I lost my spot again. Watch Predator. Here we go. Do a review on ACOGs. I want to do a review on ACOG. I contacted them repeatedly, hoping to get some test products. But I couldn't get any sent to me. And right now, an ACOG is just out of my budget. When I can get an ACOG in here, yes, I'm going to do a review on one. I've been behind the trigger on one. I really liked it. The clarity's awesome. And let's be real, that is the cheapest optic you can get with, like, what is it, BK14 and BK4 glass in it, which is German cut glass. Cut's the name of the town. Am I saying that right? Is it Cut? I don't think I'm saying the name of the town right, but it's a glass that comes out of Germany. Very high end. It's kind of like in, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that TV series Breaking Bad, when that guy goes to make the meth, and he shows the guy, and he's like, oh, this is 90% pure, and the guy's like, well, that's awesome, that's amazing, and then he gives him Walter White's meth, and he tests it, and he's like, this is 97% pure, and the guy's like, so what's the difference? Like, we're splitting hairs here, and then the guy explains to him, like, you don't understand. 90% is a good cook. 97%, that's an artist. And that's basically what that German glass is. That would be the 97%. That would be Because like your HD glass net, that would be like your 90%er. Now we're talking about 97. And to get each individual percent above 90, that's impressive. That's where an artist comes in. That's what separates quality from just a straight up genius. And an ACOG is the cheapest reticle or optic you can get that uses that glass. Everything else is in like a Schmidt and Bender, stuff like that. Hey, I've been put on timeout in the chat. Jake banned me? Paper cut, out of date. Texas Machine Gun 203. Watching your channel called H&R. Hey, have you ever watched the channel called H&R? They feature some awesome gunsmithing videos. The videos are playlist Anvil. I have been watching this H&R channel. Right now, I think their latest video was on the Trent shotgun. I've left alone the myth of shooting homing pigeons and grenades out of the sky with a shotgun. I haven't touched it because it's very plausible and there's like very little recorded data on this. And most of the historians will agree, yes, this is a myth, it's next to impossible to do. I have personally extensive experience shooting pigeons because you can't shoot them inside of the barn, otherwise the ceiling leaks. So you got to send somebody in the barn, and when they fly out, you shoot them. I have shot them with 22 long rifle, high-powered deer rifle, slugs, birdshot, buckshot. And then they also did a test on this channel that I'm going to be basically disagreeing with them in an artistic fashion about shooting German grenades out of the air. Well, that test was completely failed because they were throwing the grenades like this. If a grenade's flying like that, you wouldn't shoot at it because it would have nothing to do with you. And then they were trying to get the test so the grenade flies back. That's not the point. The point is to stop the grenade coming in your foxhole. So the grenade would have to fly directly at you, which makes it exponentially easier to hit. She would have had probably like a 98% hit ratio. And there is more than enough recorded evidence of homing pigeons or carrier pigeons or whatever the hell you'd like to call them getting shot out of the air with pistols and rifles in World War I. So I'm going to make a video. I'm going to do some clay shooting with some buckshot out of my Trent shotgun. And then as soon as I figure out a way so somebody can throw a replica grenade at me, I'm going to shoot those too. I'm going to guarantee my accuracy is going to be like 90% or higher. And I'm going to prove that if there was a shotgun in the trench in World War I, there was most definitely pigeons, hawks, grenades, and any other thing flying in the air shot out of the air. Up to a range, like you could really stretch it out to probably 50 yards, but it'd be dumb luck. But you should be able to hit them within 30 yards without a problem. All right. Where was I? Live stream doing right. A couple of guys I've been watching, and the police, your live streams. What's up? You didn't warn the police you were doing a live stream, right? A couple of guys I watched been swatted. Really? Like that actually happens in gun channels? I know that in gaming channels all the time people get swatted. Basically what that is like, say you're on, what the hell is that Tumblr? I think it's Tumblr or something like that. It starts with a T. It's where that ninja guy came from. They'll be doing a live stream like playing Call of Duty or something, just talking mad shit. And then the people like playing against them will stalk them, get their information, and call the police. And so on their live stream, their door will get kicked in, flashbang come in, and the police come out with guns drawn because apparently they made a threat or something like that. It's a terrible thing to do, but yeah, that does happen. But I didn't know that gun channels were also getting swatted. All right, where was I? Good advice. You have to use buckshot to hit the grenade. Oh, I can totally hit the grenades with buckshot. You got to understand, for it to even be relevant, it's coming straight at you. So if you wait till it's like 20 yards, 25 yards away, you can most definitely hit grenades with buckshots. I mean, we're talking about a target something like this, even bigger. That's a super easy target to hit with buckshot. Once you get past 25 yards, then your spread's going to start spreading out to where it could slip between pellets. I do agree with them on that. But if it's coming at you, you're not going to miss. What's going on? Running to blah, blah, blah. Well, a guy who is doing the calls is in person for a long time now. Ha ha ha. Commented on Pony Brandless. They blocked that. But yeah, because that was their main argument. Sorry, I keep getting on this rant. Is that one, they had paper shells, so you'd only get one chance at it, which it doesn't matter because after a shotgun's recoil, I only know like 3 or 4 people that can hit. Like, say a pigeon came. We're talking about birdshot now instead of buckshot, but let's say a pigeon flew out of the barn. They shot the bird. There's only a couple of people I know that could hit the bird again before it would land on the ground. So the paper shotgun shell argument, that's irrelevant. You only need one shot anyway. And you don't need a whole line of people. You, as a single shooter, can hit projectiles out of the air, or not projectiles, objects out of the air within 25 yards with a shotgun using buckshot without a problem at all. Like I said, let me get this arranged. It'll probably be 6 months or so before this video drops, but I'm going to shoot clay pigeons, and I'm going to figure out a way so somebody can throw grenades directly at me, and I'm going to have probably about 90% accuracy. I know my skill level, and that's what I'm going to get. It is no problem hitting those targets. Let's see. You hit pigeons out of the air with a 22 long? Yes, I did. I had like 1% accuracy or sub 1%, but yeah, we sat there all day just shooting at pigeons with 22 long rifles. My cousin got one with a 30-30, a lever action, a 30-30, which I thought was impressive. I hit one with a slug. It took me a lot of shots. I worked on that for like 2 or 3 days, but I did it, damn it. I got a pigeon with a slug out of the air. Birdshot, I've used buckshot. I mean, really, it's still the same principles. And pigeons take off kind of weird, too. You have a little bit of time right at the beginning to hit them, where they're still technically in the air, but they get moving a little bit slow. Now, when they're flying overhead, we didn't have pigeons because we had this house in Coloma, and there was a dirt road that was miles long, so I had shooting in the air with a 22 long rifle wasn't a problem. But then we're talking about smaller birds, like maybe the inside roll of this duct tape, because that's all we had there. But I would just lay on my back and I never got any of those, but those were like 45, 50 yards in the air, and it's a much smaller target. Goof. But like I said, I have extensive experience in pigeon killing, so I am a qualified person to actually take on this myth or prove it or disprove it. Shotguns, I like shotguns. Hell yeah. Slugs, pigeons, proof. Oh, I already said, I'm going to shoot. Give me about 6 months to figure it out, because I have to figure out a way that I can dig a trench or some sort of stop so somebody can throw crap at me without them being in danger. And then clay pigeons, that's super easy. I already got a little hand throw. I'll just have somebody behind me. And see, the difference, too, with clay pigeons is they're flying away from you. So the longer it takes you to acquire your target, the harder it's going to be to shoot. When we're talking about, because they use spy pigeons, they would put a little camera on their belly, and then they fly over the enemy position and then fly back. When it's coming at you, the longer you take, the actually easier it gets to shoot. When you're within 25 yards, without a doubt, even using buckshot, a shotgun is absolutely deadly. at a target that size. And I don't know if you're familiar with the size of a pigeon, but we're talking about the center body about this size and then a wing spread. Their pigeons are actually quite large. Any used Remington 742s come in the shop yet? No, not yet. Oh, I have a question for you guys. So I got some Chinese ammunition. Nah, I can't get it to focus. But basically, the bottom number is 75. That's the year. And the top number is 964? Yeah, 964 is the top number. Hold up. Damn robo-dialers. But anyways, 964 is the top number. Do any of you know if this ammunition is corrosive? And is this the best ammunition I can use? Like, would it be more beneficial to me to go with a modern Wolf round over this for the AK series I have coming up? Because I'm not that big on commie stuff. I do know that most people consider this a good round. It's a steel core, bimetal bullet, copper wash. But I don't know if it's corrosive, and I don't know how accurate this stuff is. So if anybody could fill me in if this is more or less accurate than just standard Wolf ammo I could buy, that would be awesome. All right, what do we got for comments here? What's the most... Holy crap. Shit's flying now. Back up here. Everything Chinese is corrosive. Thank you. That's good information. That is something I've been looking for. So I'm probably not going to use that ammo. What do we got else here? Bird Creek. Chinese ammo. Yes, this is corrosive. Red band primer. Clay pigeon targets are easy. They're in a straight line. Live birds do not fly in a straight line. They zip around. No, you're right. Live birds usually don't fly in a straight line. Unless they're trained to fly in a straight line to go back to where they come from and they have a camera on their belly. If you don't believe me that people were literally shooting these birds out of the air with pistols and rifles, go to Simple History, type in homing pigeons. That would probably bring it up. And the French actually have this one homing pigeon. They have a statue built of it because they were behind the enemy lines and they themselves were getting shelled and they needed to stop their shells from falling on them. So they released 2 homing pigeons, which instantly got shot out of the air. And remember, the Germans, from what I understand, didn't have shotguns, so they were doing this with rifles and pistols. And then the 3rd homing pigeon, it shot off the leg and it took a shot through the chest, landed on the ground, and then it got going again. And it got the message to the Allies that, hey, you're shelling your own people, you need to stop. If you need, like, there's documented proof, like, homing pigeons got shot out of the air all the time. I don't understand why people wouldn't think that they wouldn't shoot them out of the air with shotguns. I mean, they're doing it with pistols and rifles. A shotgun would make it exponentially easier. I get it. Try to report back. I do believe... What are we on here? I do believe defense corrosive. I just stocked up on Chinese ammo and shooting wolf. Thanks. Why was there shooting clays? I let everyone else works at the trap. Whatever they want. The pigeon for Medal of Honor. Sort of like they don't know. Did you injure a pigeon actually win a medal? I think so. I used 7.62 Chinese ammo before for deer hunting, and I did good. One shot. It's going too fast again. I've seen a documentary on shooting pigeons in World War One. I have too. I've seen several documentaries. Did you forget to like? It's most definitely possible to shoot birds out of the sky with a single projectile, seeing how my grandfather shot bow and arrow. Yeah, that's actually a thing, shooting birds with bow and arrow. They even have special arrows with really big feathers on the back, so this way they don't go flying super far. They lose their speed fast. I never got one with a bow. I tried. I came close. I attempted it. I can't even tell you how many times and broken several arrows, but I never actually got a bird with a bow and arrow. I did try. Yeah, shooting them while they're sitting still, that's a totally different story, but I need to shoot them in the air. That's what counted to me. But at that time, I also had a Mossberg that was like this big. It had a heat shield on it, pistol grip, pump action. So I was kind of splitting my effort between the bow and that. I did get them with the Mossberg, but I never got them with the bow. That was a joke about the pigeons winning a Medal of Honor. Injure a pigeon, receive blah, blah, blah. Hi, California, hope you're well. I remember gunshot barrels must put targets. Fluted arrows. I've seen a guy shoot a .22 long rifle through a washer in air. Yeah, I've seen some people do some pretty crazy stuff with .22 long rifle too. .22 Plinkster, he's pretty good, but there's definitely a lot of people better than him. Can you do some coach gun reviews? The only coach gun I can really get in, that depends what you consider a coach gun. I consider a coach gun a double barrel, 12 gauge, side by side. The only coach gun I can really get to fit in, can afford to get in is a Century Arms. What is that one? I don't remember the model number, but we had them in, and they are garbage. And I mean that. Like, even for just the aesthetics, like the styling, if you wanted to do like some sort of display with it, it's engraved in really big letters on the receiver and on the barrel, made in China, and just looks like dog shit. I don't even want to go into the problems. But yeah, several of them came to the store already broken that we had to send back. And then we finally got one in that could sell, and then the customer brought it back because there was some horrible pitting inside the barrel, so I had to rework the barrel and get that. So coach guns are probably never going to happen. I'm sorry. What .22 gun do you own? Right now, none. Please unhide John Rice. Who's John Rice? I'm not doing anything with the comments. That's just my filter working automatically. My husband shoots squirrels in the eye with a .22. I'm also guessing he could probably hit John by no lowers. Tim will stop her, duck hunting, blah, 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 blah. Doves with a bow and arrow. Check out YouTube channel. Tim Wells, the Stockmaster. I'll have to check that out. I've always wanted to see somebody shoot. Because I failed so miserably trying to hit moving targets in the air with a bow and arrow, I've always wanted to see it actually happen in real life. And now that we brought all this up, I'm definitely going to jump on YouTube and find somebody that's done it, because that's impressive to me. Can you not post a link here? Thunder blah, blah, blah. False copyright claim. What is your take on the X95 Tavor? I shot one Tavor a very long time ago. I liked it. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Tried to buy a .22 blah, blah, blah. Jesse hit it last time. Have you ever done a .22 pistol review on your channel? Yeah, I've done a couple .22 pistol reviews. But alright, guys. My work schedule is really crazy. I get up at 3 a.m. and then I come here and I work. And Monday is the only day that the store is actually closed besides Sunday. So typically on Monday I'll come in, I'll make a quick video, and then I go home because I got a nap. And then I go back to work at 4 p.m. and then I'm driving till about 8:30. And I get home, so my naps are very crucial. So unfortunately I can't go long on this live stream. And I've already been doing it for 40 minutes and 37 seconds. I really do appreciate you guys jumping in, even though I didn't have any sort of concrete topics or any sort of thumbnail or title. So thank you for stopping in, but I got to check out. You guys have a nice morning. I hope you enjoy your day. I really appreciate you guys coming. Thank you.